The longest relationship that you'll ever have is the relationship to yourself. Whew. We made it through another week.
Lately I've been mean, I've been cutthroat, peep how they stuck though, me on the up though.
My aunt used to say that when I was growing up in church. She would always be like, when it got time for like the morning announcements, she would always say, "We made it through another week." I used to like not really understand that. It wasn't until I got older and had more responsibility that that sentiment had more weight to it. So when the days go by, even if it's just making it through another day, it means so much more to me now, being older and realizing that some days it really do feel like life and death. The battles that you are facing and feeling like sometimes you're facing them on your own, to get through another day. Whew, we made it through another week. I want to start this video off by congratulating you for getting through another week. Even if you had shortcomings, even if you had some stumbling blocks, I want to take a moment to say I'm proud of you, that you are still growing, you are still learning, and that healing isn't linear. It really isn't. I used to hear that a lot. I used to be really frustrated with the status of my progress. I would put a lot of pressure on myself to meet these kind of somewhat unrealistic expectations for myself, only because I was making those expectations more important than myself. Marking a specific time period or placing a goal on yourself and making the goal more important than the actual work that takes place in between that time, for me, that became almost impossible to meet because I was so focused on not failing that I would inevitably fail. I wanted to start this video off by congratulating you for making it through another week and continuing to progress in your journey of self-improvement, because people say you have to reward yourself for the small victories. And I'm starting to realize that we shouldn't place big or small on the victories that we make, or the victories that we have, because that implies that one is more significant than the other. The important thing is that you were victorious. The important thing is that you are still doing your best and showing up for yourself every day. I realized this week through a lot of like shadow work and diving deeper into myself that I can say that I am getting to a point where I am almost fully relinquishing this identity, the identity of me that I never created for myself, a projection other people projected onto me of myself. I can honestly say that I'm really releasing that more and more. I encourage you to do the same. Sometimes in life, we go through relationships where we are constantly trying to show up the best way we can for other people, which is not bad. It becomes bad and detrimental to you when you start sacrificing who you are to meet the needs of this family member, this friend, this relationship. And that ultimately will disrupt that relationship entirely, because one, you won't be able to show up for yourself, which means you won't have the capacity to then show up for someone else. And that becomes a vicious cycle if you allow it to be. Stop performing for love. Take the time to rehearse with yourself. I spent so much time being cooked, being a people pleaser, performing for people's love. I just wanted to be useful. I just wanted to be of value. And over time, I started to resent people for that. One day, I realized that I don't actually resent these people. I resent myself. I hate the fact that I didn't have the wherewithal to cut certain things when I should have. I didn't know that I could. I think sometimes people are so preoccupied feeling good in a rhythm of feeling valuable, feeling like for someone to be able to count on you. It feels nice for people to be able to lean on you, rely on you. You don't want to position yourself to be a position to be filled. The more you look at yourself as only a position, the less that relationship holds the value that it could or should. You don't want to look back and resent yourself and the relationship because of behavior that you ultimately allowed. Let's say, for example, someone isn't treating you in a way that you want to be treated. There's a possibility that they may not be aware that they're treating you a specific way, because ultimately it's your responsibility to set the boundary and to set the tone of the relationship and how you desire to be treated, how you desire to be handled. You have to provide the person with almost a user manual. But to understand how you work, you have to do the work on yourself to understand what you do and what you don't like, what you tolerate and what you don't tolerate. That's nobody's job but your own. That's nobody's job for me but my own. I want to encourage you today, all those projected identities, the costume that someone placed upon you that you at the time weren't aware that you were putting on, take off that costume and throw it in the trash, because it's not you. You may have worn it for a while, you may have gotten accustomed to it, but it didn't fit you. It really didn't. And the more that you grow, the more that you see, this cut is not even my size. This doesn't fit me. Let go of that and give yourself the opportunity to go shopping for what does fit you. And that's going to take you spending time with yourself, learning like, do these pants fit the way that I like them to fit? You're going to have to do the work to figure out what feels comfortable again and what actually fits you. That's why we celebrate making it through another week. That's why we celebrate making it through another hour, making it through another day. Sometimes, like I said earlier, it's nice to have objectives, but don't get so distracted by the finish line that you don't actually enjoy the race. There is something about in between start and finish. You really get to see who you are and what you're made of. And you'll never get to see that if you take yourself out of the process. Like, the process is so important. They say pressure makes diamonds, but there has to be pressure. There has to be even more than just pressure. There is a quick Google search says it's location, ingredients, condition, time frame, transportation, just to make diamonds. Take just those few things that I mentioned and put yourself as a subject. That means that it's going to take location for you to change. Certain places that you used to frequent, maybe you can't frequent that. The certain job that you used to have, the certain place you used to live, maybe you can't be there no more. Ingredients, that could be the type of people that you're introducing into your life. Food isn't the only thing that feeds you. People feed you. People carry knowledge. They carry habits. People carry information, conditions, time frame. That goes back to the fact that healing's not linear. Time will always prove whatever it is you're testing. It always takes time. You plant a seed in the soil, it takes time. You want to bake a cake, it takes time. You want to get your hair done, it takes time. You want to see what you're really made of? Give yourself time. Give yourself the time to become yourself. Give yourself grace. I can't stress this enough. Give yourself grace. take charge of your life. Like, you really want to see a change in yourself. There might be things that you got to cut out. There might be things that you never thought that you would do, that it's going to take that discipline for you to see the result that you want. And that is something that's going to happen day to day, not looking at this goal. You have to check in with yourself day to day. So I hope this video was encouraging to you. I hope that you took something positive away from it. And if nobody told you today, I'm proud of you. Keep pushing. Do not give up, because you are this close. I promise you, this close. So I'll see you in the next video. Take care.